All right, guys, we are good for Shelty.
Shelty, with JT Brubaker, did anything really look too different in the sixth with his execution other than, hanging that slider to Alonso in terms of, what he did in the first five? It looked like he was cruising along for most of that stretch.
Yeah, he was cruising along. He had 72 pitches through five, was very much in control, gave up, the base hit on the breaking ball to Nimmo, and then, going 0-2 to 4-2 on Lindor, just, extended the inning, and then just we did not execute pitches after that. But up until that point, I thought he pitched really well, and then at that point on, it just looked like he lost the effectiveness of his breaking ball.
Schulte, he's been hurt by home runs a little bit this year. Is there any real reason for that? Like what beyond maybe like you said, executing pitches, like what sort of things are going wrong there?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of he does a really good job executing, and we're seeing a young guy that's learning how to pitch in the big leagues, and then all of a sudden you make a mistake with a flat slider and it costs you 3 runs. So it's just one of those things we got to continue to work on and it comes down to your point, Mike, is just execution. You have to execute in those situations, especially to guys like that.
Schulte, he allowed 3 base runners there to start the sixth. And then have him face Alonso. I know that's not the matchup you wanted with Howard, and you were going to go with Brubaker there with Howard warming. But how important is it to have him pitch in those situations to see how he executes, how he responds in terms of his development?
It's very important, for those situations. And we've seen it, tonight we saw it be on the negative side of that. We've seen it in other situations where, he has executed pitches and made them. So he has to continue to learn. He has to continue to get better. Tonight was one of those nights where he didn't execute a pitch and ended up costing us.
Sean, did you see anything different with Howard in his execution tonight?
No, it just looked like he was against his arm side with everything. Fastball to his glove side to both right-handers and left-handers, and looked like he just could not go back to the middle and to his arm side.
Did you ask him at all about his knee? Anything wrong there? I know that it's been sort of lingering all year.
Yeah, no, he did not mention anything about it. We'll check on him, but nothing came up there.
I know it didn't really move the needle in the game, but how special was it to see Rodolfo Castro hit a home run there for his first hit?
That's very cool. Anytime you check a box off like that, and to come in the game as a pinch hitter and hit a home run, very cool moment for him. And this kid just continues to get better, and it's nice. It was really nice. I mean, it was one of the few bright spots tonight.
Good, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, guys, we are good for JT.
JT, did anything really feel too different from the first 5 where you cruised largely through a lot of that to the sixth in terms of your command or your execution?
No, other than really the Lindor AB. It was a little kind of all over the place with him. Felt like I executed a good 2-seam to Smith. Curveball on the outer half to Nimmo, both found a hole, and then the slider to Alonso just decided to go straight down instead of my typical down and away from him. So, I mean, execution wise, it was just pitches were doing a little bit of opposite, I guess.
JT, is there any sort of explanation? I know homers have hurt you a little bit this year. Is there any real, I guess, connecting string there, or something that you can pick up in terms of like a theme between all those?
Really, it's the slider. I throw it a lot, and then when I hang it, or like for instance today, middle down to Alonso, a good slider hitter, it's going to be backspun and hit out of the park. So it's just trying to limit the mistake pitches with the slider.
JT, how do you assess your first half as a whole as compared to last season in your debut? What kind of areas of improvements have you seen, and what kind of things are you continuing to work on?
I think I've been really attacking hitters. I guess that could be kind of a trend with the home runs too. Really just wanting to attack them. So mistake pitches happen. I feel like I've thrown a lot of strikes. Walks have been down compared to last year. And then just to improve on it is just limiting the mistake pitches. It's not like we're out there thinking about, oh, shit, I have a chance of throwing a mistake pitch. Sorry for the language, but it's things that happen. It's just also just being more cautious of don't let it happen. If you're gonna throw a ball or if you're gonna throw a pitch, don't let it be a mistake pitch. Let it be just an easy take, and then okay, now we're back throwing the next pitch. It seems a lot easier said than done, but that's really just what I want to move forward after the All-Star break is just focusing on just not always trying to throw the perfect pitch, but just making sure I execute a pitch where I need to. And if I miss, it's going to be either down or away from it, not into the zone.
Anything else for JT? All right, guys. I'll be
Thanks.
back with Rodolfo here momentarily. Thank you. All right, guys, we are good for Rodolfo, and Mike Gonzalez is here to assist.
Rodolfo, you told me before the game this is kind of a dream come true. How has that dream just sort of improved now after tonight? Obviously not the result you wanted, but personally.
Antes del juego yo te entrevisté y me dijiste que llegar a la Grandes Ligas es cumplir un sueño hecho realidad. Hoy, aunque el equipo no ganó, pudiste dar tu primer cuadrangular, tu primer palo en la Grandes Ligas. ¿Cómo se siente?
Bueno, de verdad que yo me siento más que agradecido con Dios, tú sabes, y feliz conmigo mismo, orgulloso de mí mismo, de que gracias a Dios yo he podido, tú sabes, dar y mi primer hit, mi primer honrón en la Grande Liga, y de verdad que me siento muy agradecido con Dios por eso.
And right now I'm just feeling overwhelmed with so much gratitude, especially, just grateful for God providing me this opportunity. I hope this comes off the right way, but I'm just so proud of myself. Just being, persistent with my dream and, continuing to battle for the dream that I've been wanting to accomplish. And yeah, like you said, even though we weren't able to come out with the victory, there's this overwhelming internal joy inside of me that my first hit in the big leagues was a home run. So I'm just very grateful and just super, super grateful and proud of myself right now.
Was that part of your dream to have your first hit be a home run?
Eso fue parte de tu sueño, tu primer hit, ser un cuadrangular.
Siempre yo he soñado con eso, bro. Te lo juro. Yo por eso mismo me siento así, porque yo hasta me soñaba con eso y yo decía, yo quiero que mi primer hit sea un jonrón.
Most definitely. That's why I think I feel the way that I feel right now, because ever since I was a child, you always dream about reaching the big leagues, but then you have that extra dream of like, man, you imagine if you hit your first hit being a home run. So, I feel like a child inside right now. I'm just very happy, very grateful, and yeah, I can't believe it, but it was always a part of the dream.
Rodolfo, you ended 2019 with a good bit of homers, and you've also had a good homer total this season, but you're also driving more hits in general. How important has it been in your development to kind of combine those two, hitting for average and hitting for power?
Tú sabes que en el pasado, las pasadas temporadas, tú has podido demostrar que, puedes dar cuadrangulares, sacar las bolas muy bien. Y hasta este año, entrando esta temporada a la Grandes Ligas, también has demostrado en AA que estás sacando la bola, das por poder y fuerza. Pero a la misma vez has demostrado que traes carrera. So, ¿qué balance que tú haces para poder balancear, no tan solamente dar hits y traer carrera impulsada, pero a la misma vez dar por fuerza y sacar la bola?
Bueno, como te digo, mi rutina diaria, eso me ha ayudado bastante. Y cuando estoy en el home play, no trata de hacer mucho, sino que darle a la bola en la maceta por un swing no tan brusco como tratando de hacer mucho, sino que poner la bola en juego, pero con consistencia, ¿sabes? Alrededor.
I dedicate a lot to my preparation and just my work ethic. I spend a lot of time preparing, where I work hard. Also, my mindset is different this year. And, when I go up to the plate, I'm not trying to do too much. I've always been a guy that I want to hit the ball in the barrel with the bat. I want to be able to square up the ball well. And if it goes out of the park, awesome. If it doesn't, then I just want to make sure that I feel like I hit the ball well. And that's my approach. Every time I get in the box, my mindset is, square the ball up well, be patient, watch, what pitch you really want and square it up well. And if it gets out of the ballpark, then that's even better. But that's always been my approach. I try not to do too much. I try not to open myself up too much and overswing at pitches. So, it's not so much about a balance of, hits, RBIs or, hitting for power. I believe it's just a mindset of going up there and making sure I'm hitting the ball well.
Rodolfo, did you feel particularly good today? I know I saw you get a hold of a couple in batting practice too. Was there any sort of different feeling, coming into today?
Durante la práctica de bateo también vi que le estaba dando bien a la bola, la estaba sacando muy bien. ¿Había algo que estabas sintiendo durante la práctica o durante este día que te sentía sobre bien?
Bueno, realmente hoy yo salí y dije, no, yo me voy a disfrutar esto. En verdad, fui, practiqué feliz, normal. Me sentí como que si estuviese allá abajo en confianza y todo en el VP, como que si estuviese allá abajo en Altoona, tuve que me sentí como en confianza. Primera vez que me siento así realmente y gracias a Dios tuve buenos resultados.
Sometimes when you reach the big leagues, you overpressure yourself. And sometimes you just feel like you're overworking yourself. And there was something about today that when I went out to the practice, I told myself, you know what, man, just imagine that this is Altoona and enjoy every bit of it. Have fun out here. Be you, enjoy the game, enjoy this practice, have all the fun that you can, and just make sure that you're being you. And I went out there really just imagining that I'm in Altoona and just trying to enjoy my opportunity of being here and trying to enjoy every bit that I could. And I'm just grateful that everything turned out the way it did tonight. I mean, it's unfortunate we didn't get the victory, but I'm very grateful that I was able to reach that dream even further.
You guys good? All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.